Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode Crypto Waffle 74. Today's topics are brief topics, as maybe last week when you tuned in, we discussed that this week was going to mainly be about how we are thinking into year end, how we look to play that via assets through our new hyperliquid vault, which I was just clipping up before we come on to this. So that will be out after this. We have gone through that process. It took a bit longer anticipated, but these things always do. So we've now got that started. So we're going to discuss what assets to look at, how we're going to look to play them, what we think is going to happen going to the end of the year, and how that relates to our vault, and how we're now going to make our vault six figures over the next 5 to 6 years. So, and amongst that, other topics are Trump has supposedly scammed the scammer, Justin Sun. I have known nothing about this, but this is for Cryptosi to delve into. And also quantum computing exposing privacy as there's talks of that now being brought forward. So which one, sir, did you want to discuss first?
Something new.
Go on then.
Just hitting the wires now. I've just opened up my Twitter, which is where I go for all of my up-to-date information. And it seems like Kraken are experiencing a security.
Oh, yes, I've just saw that as well.
Okay. So then I guess we can say it's all over Twitter if us two have both seen it. All right. So what's happened here? I just had a brief look. It looks like somebody got in and got their client account details. They're saying only 2,000 in total. But the hackers are now trying to extort Kraken for some of that sweet crypto.
Trying to blackmail him, isn't they?
Basically, yeah, that's what they're saying. So due to the ongoing investigation, we cannot share additional details at this time. However, anyone with relevant information is encouraged to contact us directly. All right, so what does that mean? If you've got funds on Kraken, do you have to withdraw them immediately? No. What will happen, and what generally happens when these sorts of security breaches take place, is that bad guys get your email address and your name, and they start to send you phishing attempts. So be vigilant, be extra vigilant of phishing attempts. Now, that's whether or not you've used Kraken recently or ever.
And they will look legitimate as well. Like their scam emails nowadays are very, very good.
They're very good. So what I suggest we do, in fact, is probably pop a note in our Crypto Waffle Telegram group and our VIP group and just let our gang know. And anybody who's watching, just be a little bit vigilant over the next coming days, weeks, years, months, decades.
Yeah, I'll do that as you speak, sir.
Yeah. So because it's it does happen quite a lot. You'll be surprised how often these companies who are doing KYC to comply with our governmental overlords end up just facilitating crime by having our information sit on their server waiting to get hacked. So this is just yet another example of that. Happened with Ledger a few years ago. I think it's happened with everybody. I think everybody's fallen foul to this at some point or another. How do you avoid it? Stop using services that ask for KYC. If you want to do trades, if you want to trade, use DEXs. And if you want to use perps, use Hyperliquid. And if you want to gamble on stuff, use Polymarket. Yes, that is the way forward. What do you think to that, Mr. Financial Navigator?
Indeed, sir. It's the way forward. Or Kalshi, other things for that. Or Hyperliquid when HIP4 potentially comes out. So yeah, you've got lots of stuff. But the main thing is being vigilant. Like, I cannot tell you the amount of emails I get that are just straight up scams. And it could be people pretending to be Coinbase, it could be Kraken, it could be Binance. Now, I don't even have a Coinbase account, but I still get Coinbase emails. I have a Kraken account, used them once, have nothing in there. so I'm really not fussed about any of that. The only one that I'll tell you what, the only one I've never received a scam email from, or supposedly from, crypto.com.
Okay. Okay.
And not even that I
Do
use them much.
crypto.com, do they ask for KYC now?
They do in the UK, but I don't have anything on there.
Okay.
I used to use them before KYC was a thing, but since KYC is a thing, I now don't use them. But
Having said that,
it's what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
check my email as we speak and
Yeah,
see
that's a good point. Let's see if we can find a
if we can
scam
find.
email
Yeah.
live, because I reckon
If I
I
check
could
my
definitely pull one out.
if I check my spam folder, I should have one.
I reckon I'd even find one in my inbox, quite frankly. I
Gosh.
find them in there all the time. Let's have a little
Oh yeah, there
butch.
we go. I've got one already.
Be sure to share it.
I've got one from Ledger. All right. Well, let me
Yeah,
share,
Ledger's another one.
let me share my screen. But Ledger haven't got my information, so I don't know how this one's got mine. So here is the email. Generally, you shouldn't open them. I'm going to though. Luckily, Proton Mail,
Highlighted it for
they
you.
highlighted as suspicious. But security notification, please review. Ledger's monitoring team detected unauthorized access to a portion of our customer database. In a limited number of cases, parts of customer recovery phrases may also have been affected. While this is rare, recovery phrases are critical to wallet security and must be verified. To protect our users, Ledger has launched a security verification portal. This tool allows you to check whether your information was involved and provides guidance on securing your account.
Of course it does.
Should I complete the synchronization? Um, this will conclude our demonstration because I'm not going to click this at
Yeah.
all. But the link here goes to restart.link processing sync. I don't know what restart.link is. Let's see.
Who knows? Oh, doesn't do anything.
No, but I've just typed it in. I didn't actually type it. Restart. I want to see if I can find.
Yeah, it's this sort of stuff you've got to just be wary of.
Yeah.
I have no
Anywho,
idea.
yeah. So that's what they look like.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't find one, which is a rare case for me. I thought I thought all the Playtomic ones might be scams, but it's not. It's just me booking paddle games.
yeah. No. So I've got loads from Ledger. I think I only get Ledger ones.
No, I have had Ledger, but I also get it's more Coinbase than anything actually for me.
Oh, I've got a Trezor one. There's a Trezor one here.
Nice.
Immediate action required. Deadline. They've put a deadline here. So
How can you have a deadline on immediate action?
I better do this quickly. Failure to update your device by this date
You've missed the deadline. What's the
yeah,
point?
it may result in restricted access.
All your stuff's been
Interesting.
stolen because you haven't met the deadline.
The interesting part is I have never had a Trezor.
Ah.
I've never had a Trezor. And also, even more interestingly, is that although I have a Ledger, I've never actually bought a Ledger. So quite how I'm on a Ledger list and a Trezor list, I think I'm on some sort of list
Yeah.
where they know that I've got crypto and they're just trying their luck.
Well, luckily for us, we're not stupid. We know.
Do you know what? I don't like to say that people that get scammed are stupid. You just have
Well,
to
no,
be,
because they're good bloody scams.
yeah, you just have to
You just got to be very wary.
yeah,
Like, if you're
absolutely.
not sure on something, by all means, reach out to us. Like,
Come and join the Telegram.
yeah, join the Telegram, send it to us, and we may even go, oh, it looks all right, or it looks a bit,
But that never happens. Whenever
no,
anybody's ever said to me, oh, this looks a bit dodgy, I'm always like, often now, before they even show me, I'm just like, then it is.
yeah,
If it looks a bit dodgy in crypto terms, that means it is
it usually is.
1000% a scam.
Yeah.
1000% a scam. Okay,
Right
so
then,
let's discuss quickly.
what is this Trump and Justin Sun thing that's going on?
Well, they have had a public falling out.
Right,
They have had a public
fill
falling
me
out.
in because I have no idea what this is about.
Right. So apparently, I wonder if I can. it looks like I'm kind of starting in the middle here. I don't think I'm starting in the right place. All right, let's start with Justin Sun, because
Right. Okay.
he actually puts out a post which kind of says what's going on. A couple of days ago. Nope, not that. I call in whoever is behind this official account. No. So there's been a back and forth, right? Oh, I think this was the one. This was the one. Okay. So I'll quickly read this. I've been an early supporter of President Trump and his crypto-friendly policy. As an early supporter who invested heavily in World Liberty Financial, I did so because I believed in the vision that that was presented to the public, a decentralized finance platform that would promote financial freedom, blah, blah, blah. What was never disclosed to me or any investor is that World Liberty embedded a backdoor blacklisting function in the smart contract used to deploy World Liberty financial tokens. This function gives the company unilateral power to freeze, restrict, and effectively confiscate the property rights of any token holder without notice, without cause, and without recourse. So that's what essentially he's upset about, that his money has been frozen by these World Liberty financial people.
Oh, so they've frozen his money, have they?
See, I'm not sure if they have.
Or is that what he's putting forward?
He doesn't say that, but I've read somewhere else that he had that, or that they had.
Right.
The World Liberty financial actions erode trust in the project, unlock the tokens, and uphold transparency for the community. Let's build with integrity, not misconduct. So I don't know what tokens he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about his tokens or other people's tokens. It doesn't actually make that crystal clear. They do have some sort of DAO, but he's upset that the governance is they have heavy-handed insiders, in which always happens with young projects that are DAOs anyway. That can't be avoided. Right, so that happens, right? He's upset with that. Then World Liberty Financial come along and they post.
When did he post this, by the way?
Oh, I've just left him now. Or where did he post it? He posted that first one on April the 12th. So that was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So this is just kicked off. This is fresh beef. Fresh beef. So then they've come back. Obviously, it must be after the 12th, later on that same day, because why bother waiting to plan? Let's just lose our marbles on Twitter. Does anyone still believe Justin Sun Tron? What they're saying now is that Justin Sun is a scammer.
Just lying.
Yeah, which what everybody kind of thinks anyway. The interesting part, which we could go over live actually, is that he said that the backdoor is in the smart contract for the token. Now, we can check that right now and see if there's any backdoors there. But it won't even take us that long. Right, Justin's favourite move is to play the victim while making baseless allegations to cover up his own misconduct. Same playbook, different target. World Liberty Financial isn't the first. We have the contracts, we have the evidence, we have the truth. See you in court, pal. I've got to give that a like, just because.
The pal bit at the end.
The pal was brilliant, isn't it? It's just so... so then Justin Sun actually replies in the thread. I want to like this as well, just so we're not biased here at Crypto Waffle. We're not biased. Whoever is hiding behind this official account, step forward and identify yourself. Every action taken by the World Liberty Financial team to secretly implant backdoor controls over user assets, to freeze investor funds without disclosure or due process, and to treat the crypto community as a personal ATM, someone must be held personally accountable for these actions. As the largest investor in this project, I demand that those responsible come forward by name instead of hiding in the shadows. The part I find quite funny and worrying about this, maybe I'm missing something, is that Justin Sun has an entire network, and not any old network. He's got probably the most used network in crypto outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah.
I'm going to go that far, right? I'll say it's the most used network.
I'd agree.
in crypto outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So maybe Solana when we're in a bull market. But right now, I'd say Bitcoin, Ethereum, no, probably I'd say Ethereum, Bitcoin, Tron. Anyway,
If you're wondering what we're talking about Tron here.
yes, the network is called Tron. Now, this network is massive because people use it for stable coins. And I don't really know, well, I do know why, because the fees were always the same dollar. So people use Tron for stable coins because the fees were low. That's when Ethereum fees were sky high. And for some reason, it just caught on. So loads of people use Tron. Anyway, he's got his whole own network. Now, I don't know how a man who's got his own network, he's a billionaire, by the way, goes and invests a load of money into a project and doesn't bother to audit the smart contracts.
Yeah, that's sus.
That I don't know.
That would be his. If he's got,
So
well, arguably, if he's got Tron, surely that'd be one of the first things he does,
that's the
or has
first thing you
someone do
do.
for him.
So let's see if we can have a look at these smart contracts. So let's go to World Liberty Financial. And we'll go down here. And in CoinGecko, you get to see the contracts, right? So if we open them up, there's 3. So let's look at the Ethereum one. No doubt that's the biggest one. And then we go to Etherscan. And let's paste it in here. And then there's a thing called contract. So like if you have to, just slow this down and rewind it. But this is basically showing us the contract. Unsurprisingly, there's Open Zeppelin here on the
What's that?
right.
What's Open Zeppelin?
Open Zeppelin is a bunch of standards. So they're an organization who make smart contracts, but they
Right.
kind of make like boilerplate template smart contracts. So
So
they'll
people can
say,
just
right,
copy and paste them.
yes, you copy and you just change, you add your little bits. So we might have our own crypto waffle coin. We take a certain type of Open Zeppelin contract, like, and then we'll add little bits into it that we might want. So we might want a 5% fee every time the coin moves hands or something like that. And that money goes in treasury, whatever, right? But anyway, it's here, right? The issue is, it is a transparent, upgradable proxy contract. Sol means solidity, not Solana. Just in case you saw that. Then what we can do is just take this, but we don't know where the proxy goes to. So this might actually be a little bit more difficult than we can do in one sitting. So we copied that. I'm going to, off camera, I'm going to open up my favorite chatbot.
Which
And
one
I'm
are we
going to say,
using today?
I'm going to use Codex. Are there any backdoors in this contract? If you are not sure, where can I look next? So what I've done is I've just put the actual contract, as we can see here, right? Here is the contract. This is the World Liberty Financial contract. The thing that it's a proxy means that the contract calls another contract, but we should, inside here, it should show us where the other contract is. So the chatbot should pick that up. I'm going to work on it in the background as we get on with the show. And then once I've got the answer, I'm going to come back and I'm going to deliver it and be like, here is the back door, or there is no back door. We will get to the bottom of this live.
Love it.
Is the proxy intentionally upgradable? Yeah, so control of the proxy admin owner is effectively control of the whole system. Yeah. So that's not a secret backdoor. That's like, I don't think that's secret.
Well, it's
Right.
there
So,
in the contract, isn't it?
yeah. So, right. So when we first looked at it and I said, when I saw upgradable proxy, like that immediately screams to me, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
The way it means is that whoever is in charge, they can just change stuff. Oh, mate.
So this is a deeper rabbit hole.
No, it's obvious. Like, it should never have been like this.
So
It should
what
never.
grounds has he got for going to court then?
He hasn't got grounds for going to court because he's an idiot. Because he should have seen this immediately. Like, if I see something like this, you know, when we used to use, what was the product we used to use to tell you if a meme coin was a scam or not? If it could be
On
a,
Dex Screener, you had like the little
yeah. Do you remember what was
voting
it
thing.
called? Let's see if I can.
There's another one as well where you just type the token in, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to find. I'm trying to see if it's on here.
Yeah, so
Because
if you just click one of the tokens,
yeah,
then on the right-hand side, scroll down. I think you then tap. Go to the audit bit. Click the little drop down. It's not there.
no, there was a site, right?
Yeah, there was a link that took you to a site.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame. Let's have a look at this, Maxim. No, I can't find it. All right. We'll sack that part off for a little while. But yeah, chats immediately also noticed it. That yeah, proxy admin is you're at the whim of whoever owns the smart contract. That means it's entirely a security for a start, because whoever's in charge of it is ultimately in control of the project. But I don't know. What I want to know is if I can find out who or what address is in charge of the proxy, or how to find that out.
I'm not sure we're going to have time for that today,
No.
unfortunately.
But yeah, but this is how you do your own research. And before investing hundreds of millions of dollars, this would have
Token
been,
sniffer.
yeah, before investing $100 million, this would have been the simple thing that you would have done to make sure that they're not using a transparent, upgradable proxy. That is horrific. And the plot will more than likely thicken.
So we shall have to see how that evolves. We should have to have an update next week.
Yeah, next week update.
Um,
I'll get to the bottom of it.
So second brief topic, quantum exposing privacy. What's going on here? There's a lot of talk re-emerging about quantum.
Google moved forward what they are now calling Q Day,
That
which
was
is
2029, are they saying now?
yeah. So it's 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Now, with privacy, you've got two different types of privacy. You've got zero knowledge privacy, and you've got privacy by obfuscation. Privacy by obfuscation is the likes of Monero and Dash, where you have a transaction and you do all this kind of mathematical mumbo jumbo to make it so that you don't know who's paid who, or you don't know how much I have paid you or how much you have paid me. There's two different types. Now, the second type is zero knowledge, which is that I want to pay you, but I pay you by taking the money I'm going to pay you and throwing it onto fire. In the meantime, I tell you, I throw it into the fire. In the meantime, you at any time can go to a fresh pool and pick out new money. So that's zero knowledge. So your money has no history at all. It's just fresh money. The only link would be, can they link back to the fact that I burned it and then you took it? So zero knowledge is how Tornado Cash works, if you've heard of that. Those guys got arrested. I think they got arrested and charged, and I believe they got convicted for helping people launder money. Zcash, I believe, is zero knowledge. It should be actually zero knowledge. PivX, zero knowledge, and then obfuscate. FireRow is also zero knowledge, and obfuscation is the likes of Dash and Monero. Okay, so fast forward to this new quantum computing threat, and what nobody has said yet, which should be said now, definitely should start be saying out loud, is what gets untangled in 3 years' time, if Google are right and quantum computing happens, what gets untangled? Currently, if I went to go and do some secret chicanery, I didn't want my people at work to know that I had bought a new car for whatever reason. And I went and paid in Monero. In 3 years' time, would quantum computing expose those transactions? Currently, I think the answer is yes, because you can untangle them with quantum computing. Now, how do you go about this not happening to you? How do you go about not having your transactions being untangled? I think you have to now start to practice good wallet hygiene. So have a new wallet for every transaction if you want to keep it really, really private. And I would be careful with projects like Monero and their style of privacy until there is more clarification on exactly what is quantum resistant and what isn't. Another one which has suddenly entered the phrase Litecoin, which apparently has got Mimblewimble, which is another privacy protocol, which is also quantum insecure. So that's another one that you'd have to worry about. But generally, before you use a privacy product now, a good question would be, a good thing to do is jump into their Discord or their Telegram, or maybe even at somebody prominent in their community and just ask them how compliant or how resistant to quantum is your protocol, and what happens in 3 years' time when quantum computing becomes available to medium-sized governments.
Yeah.
Scary, scary times.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's not much you can do unless obviously projects upgrade themselves to go against it.
Well, the
So
issue is with projects like Monero is that it's a blockchain, right? So if we make this transaction today, they can't upgrade the past. The transaction
no.
will forever be there. So you're kind of just on a ticking time bomb, which was always the argument we had with Monero when we used to have our little privacy arguments. We would say, oh, but yours will get broken by quantum computing. And they would say, yeah, but that's going to be in 100 years' time. Who cares? Well, now it's going to be in 3 years.
Well, have you seen that is it is it Anthropic released a new Claude thing that
That
can
mythos.
now that's like,
I think that's a scam. I think that's a lie.
well, the government seems to be pretty shit hot scared about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but I think they're fools. The so the mythos thing is not crypto, but I'll quickly
No, it's
explain
like it's
why.
still on the kind of quantum computing, cyber
And well, so
stuff.
how it relates to crypto is that if it can break all of these other protocols like MPEG and all these other things that we now rely on for like encoding video and those sorts of things, it can break smart contracts. So that's where the crypto people are like, oh, this could be dangerous because it might be able to go to Hyperliquid, break the smart contracts, drain all of the money that's in there and let some North Korean Lazarus group or whoever they are like escape off into the sunset with all of our money.
Yeah.
Now, here's the reason why I don't think it's that deep. I think it's a marketing stunt by Anthropic.
What,
I
just to
think
get the
that
governments on their side sort of thing?
just to get everybody to think that they're so far ahead of everybody. Because what's happening now is that they're being caught up. So
Yeah.
um, new models are being released that are just as good as Claude. The gap is tiny now, real small, and these models are open source, open weights. Anyone can run them, and some of them are a lot smaller. So now I think they need something. So what they've done is they've said this, but we don't know what kind of setup they've got. So as well as having the model, we don't know what kind of harness they've got, what type of prompts they're using. We don't know any of the other stuff that they've done to get these results where they've busted these systems. And the average person does not have that stuff. The average person just has the chatbot. They'll maybe use Claude
Yeah.
Code and skills at the most. So do I think it's safe to release it? Probably, yes. I think that what the results they've got with that, I think people will be able to get with normal models soon enough. And I think that now the real race is for people to really be patching smart contracts as quickly as they can. Um, the
I mean,
likes
surely
of
they can use the likes of Anthropic and their stuff to patch their smart contracts.
exactly, exactly that.
So they
Yeah,
should be able to get it done a hell of a lot faster than they would before.
that's the arms race. That is the arms race, and it's just a question of what doesn't get patched, and that's what I think the hackers will be looking at. What public good, what small chink in the armor doesn't get patched that would allow us a route in to go and steal. Um, and that's the way forward. So yeah, so I'm not worried about Mythos really at all, but I am worried about AI allowing hackers to become super hackers. But it should allow security teams to become super security teams. So
Yeah.
roll on
Should
the
help
next
both
big hack.
sides.
Yeah, roll on the next big hack. Um, oh, there was one project. Which project was it? Oh, Tau. Did we talk about Tau last
No,
week?
we didn't actually. That was one of the things I did write down as a topic
Right.
for this week.
So Tau had this. Tau had this. I'll cover
There's
it quickly.
So for anyone that doesn't know, Tau, for whatever reason, and we're going to dive briefly into that now, let me just get the measured move up. In the last week has dropped 25%, give or take.
Yeah. Show us the 7 day graph, because it's a waterfall.
So this is the week, and it happened last week. So it's this candle here. And if we go to the daily, you can see most of the move was in one day. So in that one day, which was Friday the 10th, Tau dropped 15%.
So
So
what had happened was, again, it's another governance issue. Um, there's a big project on Tau called Covenant. Covenant's job is to make decentralized AI models. So everybody chips in a little bit of compute, and bit by bit, they build LLMs that are completely trained in a completely decentralized fashion. They built a couple of them, this, that, and the other. They're doing well. Everything's going great guns. What then happens is that some personalities somehow or another end up falling out. And for whatever reason, the Covenant guys, they then say, we are unhappy about X, Y, and Z. We are quitting this ecosystem. And they dump their Covenant tokens because they feel that Tau, the overarching project, have got too much control over Covenant. So if I show you Covenant,
is that because they own tokens to do with that, or is that
um,
to do with them having control of the Tau net itself?
well, let me find it. Yeah, so that's kind of how Tau works. It would be a bit like somebody complaining that Ethereum mucked around with their smart contracts, let's say, like they did when the DAO got hacked a long time ago. Um, I want to see if I can find this Covenant. Let's see if I can find it. I'll be quick. I'll be quick. Because
Try your best.
because the Covenant things, they've got these SN numbers. Covenant AI exit bits tensor over centralization concerns. Yeah, so what they're saying is that they're leaving BitTensor and they're going to start their own token elsewhere. Impossible. Find it. I can't find the actual bloody thing. All right, not to worry. So anyway, yeah, so they had that fallout. They said they're going to leave, but before they leave, they rage quit. They sold a bunch of tokens, which just makes it look like an exit scam. Um, People are furious. Most people have rallied behind Tau. for me, I think it's interesting
See
because
how they cope with it.
what I think it what I think it is I think it's a price shock that Tau will definitely, well, not definitely, that I think Tau will recover from.
Yeah.
So, although we've had some days, or at least a strong weekend, of Tau being flat under where it was, I do think that there's a good chance that
Well, I mean,
it
just looking
recovers.
on my chart of it, all we've done is come back to support at 250 again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we'd had this news, say when Tau was down at 150, that could have been the narrative behind that would have been, all right, okay, this is sending Tau to zero, blah blah blah, and then Tau shoots back up.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be interesting to see how, well, with regards to this, how price action plays out after it. So even after they've left, sold the tokens and done whatever, does someone step in to then pick them back up because they're cheap?
Well, the Covenant project, I think, is now dead in the water. But Tau itself has got loads of other projects on there.
Yeah, there's
And
loads of subnets.
last week, just before this happened, in fact, Tau had like 4 or 5 of the top 10 in movers on CoinGecko's trending chart. So I think Tau
I don't
is,
think it's going anywhere.
I don't think it's going anywhere, which means that these sorts of bumps in the road are possibly great buying opportunities. Um, I've got it marked with a star next to it as something to keep a real close eye on when I feel like it starts to recover. Like if it gets back to that 280 mark,
Yeah,
then I would expect it to get back to the 340 mark. Um, uh, I'm I'm a I'm becoming a pretty big fan of Tau. The Interestingly, the problems that the Covenant um, lead guy complained about as he rage quit, they are real problems. Tau does have those problems, but I don't think they're showstoppers.
yeah,
Um, I think Tau can crack on even with those problems, and I think it will. And it still, to this day, doesn't have a real AI focused rival in the space
yeah.
like Tau. So for me, I would say at
Doesn't
this,
affect the long term.
yeah, at this price, the fundamentals stay the same. It's just a question of at what point on the financial navigator's radar are we back in the game for me to go and deploy some capital
Well, I
short
think
in
you
this
should
recovery.
potentially be back in the game now. It's just whether you, and this nicely leads into our thesis for what's going to happen till year end, with what you think's happening going. Obviously, longer term, if you're not fussed about Tau and you think it will be there in a year's time, then now's a good price in my eyes. But in the shorter window of say maybe 2 to 6 months, it could definitely go back down to 150. Like it's not out of the woods. So, but we'll go into that now. So,
Let's go into it now.
do you want me to do my
Yes.
off the cuff thesis for year end? So
Yeah.
last week we discussed, and let me see if I can still find the tweet. When we were looking at the vaults on Hyperliquid, one called Systematic Strategies um,
Yes.
page, and on there he wrote basically a macro prediction and game plan. So I'm going to walk you through my macro prediction and game plan. Now, as you've watched the show for a while, you will know that, well, I specifically, or both of us actually, have long term views. So in the shorter term, we don't really care what happens next week or next month. All we know is number go up as long as they continue to refinance their debts, and that pushes assets higher over time. So to be on the right side of that, you need to be long assets. Now, you will know as of recently, i.e., probably since episode 30 or so, that we've been doing the trading stuff. And that is one, to better ourselves. Two, it gives you guys, the Crypto Waffle members, something to maybe play around with as well. But then three, also you can make money on either side of the table. You haven't got to be sat in spot and do nothing for 5 years. You can be short one week, long next week, be flat for a week and not have anything on the table. So in the shorter term, so between now and say end of the year, and I'm talking like end of the year December, not financial year, I think there's a possibility that the S&P could go to new highs, but I don't think that leads to Bitcoin going to new highs. I think that could potentially lead Bitcoin going to maybe 76, 78, maybe 80K. But if we get there, I am of the opinion you stack shorts in the shorter term. In the longer term, I do think that by April next year, so which is the financial year, we could have put a bottom in. I think we could easily have put a bottom in as soon as August, September, realistically this year. But I'd like to see how everything else plays out. Um, so and looking at that with regards to assets and trading it, you want to be, and as I just mentioned, I'd want to be short Bitcoin in the high 70s to low 80s, which I briefly mentioned last week. So if we were to get there, I will be looking in the vault, and as a collective, we will be discussing potentially shorting Bitcoin for a potential move down. You can then look at shorting other assets. ETH could maybe be hyper liquid if the technicals are picking up and we're thinking we're going into a bit of a bear phase. It could be other. Maybe Tau is one of them if they have some more bad news that come out. There could be other narratives that pop up. I do think longer term as well, long in gold in the vault, silver, platinum, palladium, copper, all of those are definitely potentials. But the key to all of them is watching the dollar. And it's to see how the dollar trades. Because we can also, in hyperliquid, trade the dollar via Euro USD. It could be USD GPY. There's lots of FX pairs we can do now. And then with regards to what's going on in the geopolitical world right now, Hyperliquid has just put, I think I've had about 3 days ago, wheat on there. So we can now
Wow.
actively trade commodities, i.e. food commodities. So now they've got wheat on there. I don't suppose it will be very long before they get the likes of corn, soya beans, and other commodities on the table, maybe even coffee, stuff like that, that we can then trade. Because I do think, as with regards to oil being up at near $100 again, I do think we will see wheat, corn, and stuff like that pick up, because I do think the yields this year globally are going to be shot due to a lack of fertilizer. So, and that obviously affects us as people, i.e., going to shops, buying food, bread, other things, but that isn't there yet in the price. There's the moment in the stores. You might be thinking, hang on a minute, oil dropped from 120 to 100. How comes it's still 196 at the gas station down the road? Well, it's because they've got a limited supply. They're not going to lower it just because the oil price has lowered. They want to be they're effectively putting people off from getting what they can't afford. And only people that can afford will go there and fill that up effectively. But we can look to play all of these in the hyperliquid vault. So I think up until year end, I personally will be looking to play the shorter side of things, i.e. the long short stuff. And maybe even we sit out a week or two, which we've done in the last month or so, where we just thought, oh, we're not really sure. Like it might just be chop. Where we sometimes
We put a limit trade on then generally, won't
yeah,
we?
like limit. It's normally like a limit long or a limit short between the range and whatnot. But I think there'll be plenty of opportunities, and I think we can all look into the vault with that and trade it with the vast amount of things that are on there to trade. Like we could even potentially look at putting an S&P 500 short on at some point, which again we can hedge ourselves out as well. We could put, I don't know, 20% in an S&P short, and then have two longs on the side in singular assets, i.e. Bitcoin, ETH, for example, that are hedging that. Because if they were to move in opposite direction, we've hedged ourselves out. We can maybe pocket a bit in between. So that's what I'm looking at. I don't think this geopolitical risk is going to be over anytime soon. Literally, as you were talking a minute ago, obviously these supposed peace talks that were going to be happening for 2 weeks has come to an all dismal end already. You've now got the US blocking the Strait of the Hormuz rather than Iran. And I'm talking literally, how long is this ago?
3 hours.
5 minutes ago, China's defense minister has told the US Navy directly, our ships are going through the strait. We have an agreement with Iran and you don't touch them. The US blockade is live with 15 warships in position and China just announced it's sailing straight through them.
Right through.
Yeah, the next ship that tests the line is a geopolitical event. So this thing could escalate pretty quickly if for whatever reason, and this is obviously no one knows, they were to do something with China's ships that they've got an agreement with in Iran. That's bad. Like that could be really bad.
Really bad, yeah.
Although I do think they will probably agree to disagree on something and just let them go because they've still supposedly got the US and China talks in May, early May. I think so, or whether that goes ahead and gets cancelled, I don't know. But let's see. The peace talks lasted all of 2 days,
Can
so
I
I'm not upbeat on that front.
can I go for my year-end thesis and
Yep,
then
go for it.
I'll do a small bit on the war in here.
Go for it.
Right. So I feel like we have bottomed.
Yeah.
So this is where we disagree.
Disagree. I mean, we have done for what, the last 2-3 weeks, would you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. For a little while. And I've become more
Because
resolute
I would agree that we've bottomed in a short term.
short term. Yeah, short term, obviously, I was proven right. We had bottomed in a short term.
Yeah.
But short term, that's not really what I was saying. So I'm not going to claim that victory because it's not, that's kind of cheating. So what I think is that I feel like that 66 or 65, 66.5 is the line in the sand. 65.5. I'm crazy. I'm going crazy. 65.5 is the line in the sand. And I just felt like if we held that bottoms in, like we've come below 70, we went down to 60. We just we don't seem to have the power to move us downwards. War is one shock, but I think credit might be a bigger shock. If we have a 2008 style credit crunch, which I think is entirely possible, then I think we could really move to take all risk off the table and Bitcoin could go spiraling down to the 50s or the 40s, which is what the bears think will happen. I think I can put you in that camp. And my thesis is the other way. I feel like we've run out of selling potential, short of a black swan event like a credit crisis, which is quite likely if we're honest. But if we don't see one, I don't see the need for us to go any further lower. If we don't go any further lower, then all of the things which have all of the altcoins which have pretty much bottomed will have another chance at coming back to where they were. So you're looking at the likes of Doge, you're looking at the likes of Cardano, you're looking at XRP, you're looking at all of these things that we know multi-cycle, they're going to keep on coming back and back and back, or they've started to prove they're on their now third strong cycle. Ethereum's another one. So for me, through the rest of the year, do I think we can get to all-time highs before Christmas this year? The answer is yes. And most of that is because I'm pretty much permabull, but also because I feel like if the S&P does push for all-time highs, I do think crypto will go with it. I think the 4-year cycle is dead now. And I think that there's just a lot of money ready to chase stuff. So that's my thesis for the year end, which is the bull case. The good thing, I think, not just for us, but I think for everybody, is that if you do find that you're in disagreement with people or you have a different thesis on how things can play out, what is generally the best thing to do is to find the happy medium. So what we've started to do on Crypto Waffle is, and you'll see when we do our our
Trades
trades,
of the week. Yeah.
yeah, you'll see that we'll be like, okay, what do we agree on?
Yeah.
And generally, when we agree on something, luckily we do have different thesis. When we do agree on something, we generally get it right.
Yeah. You're a lot better positioned if you have to, if we
A
both
lot
agree.
better
And
positioned.
even
Yeah.
when we don't agree, like you mentioned earlier, we have the kind of limit short, limit buys
Yes.
that we put into play, and usually they work out pretty well as well.
Work out well more
So
often than not. Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll
it's
we'll
finding
go.
the happy medium, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll go down to ones, like, because I was saying we're going to go lower. You were saying we're going to go higher. With Bitcoin in particular, we put a limit long on. We went down, we touched my one, and now we've come up and we're chasing after yours. So it does work out. The point being is that it's all good to have a theory, it's all good to have a thesis, but these are just ideas and opinions. They're just words that may never come true.
I mean,
Um,
because the other thing that might be worth mentioning is we talk about this trading stuff that we do on a week to week basis. And then if I actually look at my holdings, I have done minimal with them. Like most of my stuff is just spot. I've done nothing. And as we mentioned a minute ago, we know the longer term objective is higher. So what do you do to your spot holdings? You add to conviction bets. Like that's literally it on drops. And your thesis could be right. We go to all time highs by the year, then we drop next year. Happy days, because I've got my spot positions. We go up. Great. If we don't, we then go down. I'm happy to add to my spot positions at reduced prices.
See, I have started from a few weeks ago. I have started to put private trades on that mirror our
What,
trades,
leverage trades or spot?
leverage trades that mirror our trades. So when we've done our trades for the last 4 weeks, I've put on the exact same. Come off
Because
the
also,
show
like,
and put it
I
on.
imagine, and you might be the same as me, my leverage trading account is maybe 1% of my spot.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
tiny.
yeah,
So even if we were to blow it up,
yeah,
it's not the end of the world.
yeah.
Like it's just something to keep us busy whilst there's not much going on.
Mine kind of spiraled with the oil long that we put on.
Oh,
So that
because
kind of
yeah, but it brings
right.
your account right up.
Yeah, I left that open. So that
Yeah.
my one spiraled with that because that ended up being massive. But generally that doesn't happen. Generally we walk away with 20 to 30% wins,
Yeah.
is
I
which
mean,
is
we've had
fine.
a couple of 80s and maybe 100 or something like that, haven't
Yeah, yeah,
we?
yeah,
But
exactly, exactly. But
yeah.
generally, like, we get 20 to 30. So that's my thesis on that. Now, regarding the war, I want to show you something which I find quite interesting. So today I tried to put on a short on
What were you
on
looking to short?
on oil. I'm looking to play the peace trade, right?
Okay.
But
Which you, yeah,
I'm
you've been banging this drum for the last couple
I've
of
been
weeks.
banging this drum. Now, the reason why I want to play the peace trade is because I feel like we are running out of ways to continue this fight. We're running out of ways. We bombed them, not we. I have no horse in this race. The Americans have bombed the Iranians. The Iranians bombed them back. Okay, the Americans have to stop. Fine. They said they're going to go and put troops on the ground. The Iranians said, I double dare you. The Americans stopped. They've set these numerous threats and said Stone Age and this, that, and the other. Can't do it. They can't nuke the place because that will send oil prices through the roof. They they are quickly running out of things they can do. I think this whole blockade is just more talk because you can't blockade a sea. You can't block it. It's too big. Far too many ships going through there. You cannot stop them all in the middle of the water, be climbing aboard different boats and inspect. No, you can't do it.
Yeah, don't work.
It's just silly, right? We're just running out of
It's
things.
basically an invisible wall that you're saying if you cross this, there's going to be consequences.
And you cannot possibly police it. That they can't. What can they do with these boats? They can't chase these people down. You can't just be shooting at random boats because you don't know. The way boats work is that the boat can be registered somewhere, but be owned by someone completely different. For example, the Japanese, they generally register their boats in Panama. So if you just randomly blow up a Panamanian boat thinking, oh, it's only these bloody
It's
little
only from
Caribbean.
Panama.
Yeah, only Caribbean fools. What do they know? Smash them up. Only 25 people on the whole damn island. Smash them up. And it turns out it's Japan. Well, whoops, you've made a mistake here, haven't you? And it's the same with the Chinese vessels. They're not all flying the Chinese flag. Like, you can register your ship anywhere. So they can't do that. It's just silly. And the reason why I think we're edging towards peace is because we started with Trump saying we're negotiating with Iran's top people. And then Iran said, no, you're not. You're talking
Who are
rubbish.
you negotiating with?
You're
No one.
talking to yourself, blah, blah, blah. Now we got to a stage where they actually are talking to people. And on top of them talking to people, we got to see what the points were that Iran wants. So now we know what Iran wants. We also know what America wants. Well, we know what they say they want. They want Iran to stop enriching their nuclear ambitions. Now, Iran are never going to have nuclear weapons. Otherwise, they would have them already. They're never going to do it. And not because America said so, because they don't want them. And they realize they don't need them because they've already beaten the biggest bully in the yard without them. So they don't need them. Right? Okay. So those two things. Now, the reason why I know I'm not alone in this is because of this one little stat, which is the funding rate. Now, if you check the funding rate on WTI oil, which is the American version, or even Brent oil, which is everybody else's, or which is the good oil, let's say. The Brent standard oil is like the nice soft oil that can do a lot of stuff, not the crap that they pump
Yeah.
out of Venezuela. This is the nice stuff that comes from Nigeria, Guyana, and the Gulf. This is the good stuff. Anyway, if you look at the funding rate, you can see that it's currently at minus 0.45 and minus 0.48 for Brent and WTI respectively. Now, this is a pretty whopping rate. If we let's normalize.
What does that mean for the ladies and gentlemen that might not
Right,
know?
what that means is that if we've got a rate like this, which is so high in the negative, it means that loads of people are going short right now. And so many people are going short that if you go long, they have to actually pay you to go long. So if I was to put on a long trade now, I would be earning 0.5%. That's
You're
not,
effectively being paid to take risk.
yeah, that's not peanuts. Like, that's good money. Like, it can turn out to be quite a lot of money, depending on the size of your position. Now, what I wanted to show you was, if we look at open interest like this, you could see what the general funding rate is. Normally, it's about 0.01. Bitcoin at the moment is 0.005, which means a few people more are leaning on Bitcoin shorts. A few people more are leaning on short. So the market's kind of leaning short a tiny bit. But you compare that 0.005 to WTI, which is 0.5 almost. There's almost 100 times the ferocity of shorting. Like, there's 100 times as much short power on WTI as there is on BTC. And the WTI open interest is not peanuts either. So it's not one of these tiny markets like Palladium, which is 500,000. We're talking about 500 million in open interest on hyperliquid alone that is leaning heavily short. The last time it was this high was just before they announced peace talks. And then the market started to lean heavily short. Then it dropped down to 90, just sub 90. And then suddenly the market was leaning heavily long. So this turned up to 0.2, which is, I guess, the other side of the coin, when people think that there's going to be an upside to it. So, for example, Samsung, natural gas, the markets are telling us that we're really expecting to see price rise on these particular assets. So with that in mind, that's another reason why I'm feeling like this war is going to end, because we're not even over 100 and the shorts are that heavy. They
So you
are.
reckon we could be in a position to stick a short in ourselves here?
The problem I've got with doing a short now, and the reason why I closed my short earlier, is that this funding rate is crippling. The funding rate it's huge.
Costing you too much to be short.
It's costing you too much. So what I done today was I shorted because Trump had said we're going to start our blockade at 3 o'clock British time. He didn't say British time. He obviously said American time, but it worked out to be 3 o'clock British time. So in all my wisdom, I was like, right, I'm going to stick my short on in the morning. I stuck my short on at like 98, 97. No, 98.6. I stuck my short on, and I thought, right, I can only really afford to keep my short on for a couple of days at the most. Something's got to happen. So what I done, I put the short on, and I thought, if by 3 o'clock he then comes out with a new thing saying, oh, because we've done so and so, we're not going to blockade the strait anymore. Because he's done that before when he said he was going to bomb them to hell, or when he said he was going to do tariffs, or he said loads of stuff. And then just before the time to actually do it, he's turned around and said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I put that short on. I had a tight stop loss because I also realized that you can't really do that with boats because the boats have to be in position. And I couldn't find a way with open source intelligence to find these boats. Couldn't find them, which makes sense because they're military boats. So they're probably not going to be pinging their location to the world. And I'm not Palantir, so I don't know where these boats are. But my thought was, if the boats aren't in position, he's going to say, we're not doing it. I should whack on a short. I'm probably not the only person doing that. Loads of people are probably doing that, which suggests that the boats are probably in position. Regardless, the funding rate has moved wickedly against me. So I thought when it comes to 3 o'clock, if he's made the announcement, you should see a massive drop. At that point, I'll cash up. The short move is done and I'm out of here. What we saw was 3 o'clock came and we saw a pretty serious drop, which I guess I can show you here if I put it on the hourly. This was the 3 o'clock drop. So this is between 2 and 3. So it dropped down from 97 all the way down to 94. So when this was happening, I'm sitting in front of the computer thinking, right, this has played out beautifully. Tosi, you're a genius. Well played, well played. But then it just crept back up. And I was like, okay, so there's not an announcement or there's not going to be an announcement. So I closed out. Subsequently, I should have stayed in because we are going back
You know
down.
why that bounced though? Because if you just look left, you see areas of support. There. That's why it's just support.
Yeah,
So
so
because you always have to, when you're looking at these trades, right, even on the small 1 hour charts, you always have to remind yourself the amount of algos that are out there that are going to have buy orders at serious areas of support that might even be going through your thought process that you just
yeah,
laid out.
yeah.
So when it comes into those areas, they're going to play the game.
They're going to play the game, and
That's
and
where
this
they
what
play the game.
and this worked like clockwork, right? And this is the interesting thing about these charts, which like until we've really started to have these talks about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I thought this was just all mumbo
Wizardry.
jumbo. Yeah, but in reality, time and time again, it does seem to play out like this. So it's dropped
The
down to
charts just
there.
show you areas of interest. That's all it really is.
Yeah, they don't show you what direction they're going to go, but they very often show you how far in either direction they will go. They very often put the borders to where the movement is.
Yeah,
Very
agreed.
often. So anyway, so that's happened down there, come back up there, and we're now creeping down. I won't put in my long-term peace trade. The final part is that now the Americans are actually speaking to the Iranians. So although they had a rubbish talk which only lasted 2 days, the Americans sent bloody reality TV stars, which makes perfect sense because their president's a reality TV star. The Iranians sent doctors, which makes sense because the Iranians are not jokers. They didn't come to a deal, but they definitely are talking now. And I think that if they're talking, cooler heads will prevail, especially now that the Chinese have piped up. I think there's just too much pressure building for the Americans to continue with this aggression, especially in light of the fact that they're not actually getting anywhere.
Well, and they've got midterms coming, so if they're going to do something soon, they
They
need
need
to
to
bear
get
that in mind because they ain't got long before they need to try and win people's votes again.
and this isn't doing it. All
No,
this expensive
no one
everything,
wants this at all.
this ain't doing it. So there's my thesis. Based on that, I'm expecting S&P to go on and crush. I don't know if we are close to all-time highs now. It looks like we are.
Well, should we do predictions and then come
Let's do
back
our
quick?
predictions. Yeah.
So let me share screen.
I
So
I think we're close to all-time highs.
I'm taking over screen share.
All right, hold on. Let me stop.
I think I've done it. Right,
How dare
so
you?
sorry, I'm in control here.
Oh, what did Anthony Joshua say? I'm the landlord. You
Yeah,
work
I'm
for
the
me.
landlord. You work for me. Right, so predictions from last week. We had,
You
oh, I don't know why, but mine's super laggy today.
I've had a stinker last week.
I don't know
Absolute
what's going
stinker.
on with this connection today, but my trading view is lagging to
Oh,
hell.
no, I haven't.
But anywho, we move. So last week, predictions were, where were we at the time of recording? We were around
69.5.
69.5. I said we were going to 72. Cryptosi said we were going to 66. And we have perfectly moved in my direction. And thankfully, we put on a limit long Bitcoin, which we discussed briefly earlier, that when we don't agree on something, we do the limit long, limit short. And where did we have our entry? Was it like 68?
68, 68 and
Yeah.
67. 68.067.
So we basically come down just below where we were, or where the bottom was. The local bottom was around 67,750. And before now going to where we are, which is at 72. And we'll get into that in a minute. Liquid,
What,
both
what,
spot on.
1-0 to you. I get an extra point on hype if we've passed 41.
Yeah, we're at 43. We're miles past. What did you have as yours?
I said
What did
40,
I say? 40.
you said 40 and I said 41 because I wanted the extra
Yeah,
point.
so 2-all. Arve, I think we both get nothing because it's kind of just chopped.
Well, let's see.
Actually, hang on a minute. No, I take it back. It's you.
Because we went down, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We had
We
one
literally
day.
bottomed where your prediction was. We hit a low of 85.
Hold on, but what day was that?
That was on Tuesday. So literally the day after. So 3-2.
We outside.
Zcash.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think this brings it back to 3-3. As you can see, Zcash has just flown away.
Yeah.
And then oil, I think we both went the same.
Yeah, we both said 100.
So what are we even again, are we?
What was we at 113 at the time?
Where's Monday?
We were at 113. I've written 113 down.
Yeah, 111, 113 on the 6th. And then, well, we're currently at 98. We went all the way as low as, and this is crude, we went as low as 91, bounced up to 105, and now we're back down to 98.
You've got us at I've got us at 94 on Hyperliquid.
Yeah, I'm not using Hyperliquid, am I?
And there's that much of a gap. The spread's that big.
Yeah, I'm on WTI crude. Are you on that as well?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
94
but
here.
that's the difference, son.
The thing is, on here, even the Oracle says 95. So
Let me refresh just in case. No, it's saying 98. But
yeah.
who knows? But they're
Okay,
not a
well,
million miles
doesn't matter.
apart.
Fact is, we both got that right because
Yeah.
we've both
So
gone
so we
short.
drew. Was it
Yeah.
4 for 4?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what do we want for this week? I think we
Bitcoin.
leave Bitcoin hype.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
I think we add Tau in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely got Tau. So we keep Bitcoin, keep hype, keep Tau.
We add
Should we
Tau in.
should we do World Liberty Financial?
Yeah, we can do. Also, I wanted to put in wheat as our commodity.
There, yeah. Let's do wheat instead, actually. All
Yeah.
right, so hold on. Bitcoin, hype.
Tau, wheat, and World Liberty Finance.
I'm wondering if we should do oil again, you know. I
What,
feel like,
instead of World Liberty Finance?
yeah, I
Or
feel like oil is like we have to do an oil or a metal.
oh, I reckon we do palladium, I think it is. Because I'm pretty. Let me show you why quickly. So this is if I just go to my metals. Well, actually, there's two potentially. So copper. I'm kicking myself a bit because I said I was going to get into copper at around 530, 520.
Yeah.
I've been so occupied on hyperliquid and oil and stuff that I've missed the entry. But copper is back up at near all-time highs, potentially looking to break. You have silver on the potential verge of breaking this recent downtrend, which could lead to a move to 90. You have gold, again on the verge of breaking the local downtrend, could be on the verge of breaking to 5-2. Again, the one I like the most is this. Is it this? Well, actually, it's either or, palladium or platinum, because you have this falling wedge, and it looks like we're attempting to break out platinum. It looks like it's already done its breakout retest, so you'd now be looking for continuation of this. So you could be looking at to a move back to around 2,400, give or take. So which one do you think alongside wheat, or there's oil? Platinum, palladium, silver, gold, copper.
Should we do palladium again?
We'll do
The,
palladium again.
the problem I've got with oil is I think there's a lot of headline risk
Should
with
we do
oil.
platinum instead of palladium because they're very similar?
Let's see which one's got more interest. It should show me platinum. No, palladium is PAL. All right, yeah. It's looking like platinum is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do platinum.
Okie dokie. So we'll do platinum and then
Okay.
wheat. Yeah.
Yeah, and wheat.
What is going on, mate? Why is this so slow?
Maybe because you've got 7 million tabs open.
Never normally this slow, mate. This handles that like it's water off a duck's
Sometimes,
back.
sometimes what happens is the tabs, one of the tabs might be leaking memory, and it's just going to slow your machine down.
Well, which tab would that be?
I don't know, mate. I can't see your tabs, and you've got a million of them open, so
Right.
one of them will be leaking memory.
Well, I'm gonna close that, whatever that is. Back to there. See if that does anything. Right. So Bitcoin, where do you think for next week, sir?
I've got to say we keep ranging. I've got to say we keep ranging,
You
but
reckon?
I don't know if the peace trade is on. Do we have one final escalation? I really don't know. 1 week is horrible. I'm going to
I
say,
mean, technically, we've got resistance where we are now and at say 74k.
yeah, this is the place where I like to put shorts on. 72. I do like a short round here. Uh, I'm going to say 67.
Okay, you think we go back down?
Yeah.
Okay, so 67k there. I reckon. Oh, it's hard.
So difficult, isn't it? We're at such a horrible point because you want to go bullish, but you know that we're not going to push through that resistance.
I don't know. Can I say? Oh, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna stay bullish. I'm gonna say we touch range highs again. I'm gonna say around, let's say 75.5.
Okay. Okay.
Hyperliquid.
Hype is the darling.
Well, it's the everything trade, isn't it? It's
It,
everything markets.
It's the everything trade, yeah. 50.
You reckon we still go?
Yeah, I can't fade hype.
See, we are at an area of resistance, like literally bang on where we are now, 43.5.
Yes, I can see it. I can see it. Oh, I think we go up to the next one, which is 50. Because we have touched this area of resistance recently. How long ago was it?
Yeah, it was back in
March, months ago.
March.
Yeah,
So you're saying 50, yeah?
yeah, I reckon we punch through it. We go up to the next one. I'll say 50.
Okay. I am going to join you, but not that high up. I'm going to say 47.
Tau.
Poor.
Yeah, we got. I.
I
There
think a
is no.
bounce to 300.
Yeah, there is no way to see anything else happening with Tau but a recovery.
So you
I
coming with
can't
me?
see. Yep.
Okay, both at
Yep.
300.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll do.
Um, platinum.
We're doing Platty first, are we? I'll take Palladium off of my watch list and add Platinum instead. Uh, just to look at on there.
I reckon we have a run to 150.
I'm gonna say 250.
To 250.
Finally, wheat. You know,
Um,
I've gone bearish Bitcoin and bullish everything else.
so can I, so just for reference, right? And let me show a different wheat chart, not this one. Let me show one that I've already got marked up for everybody. Where is she? There she is. So this is wheat. Okay. We have been in a consolidation range between, call it $600
Mm-hmm.
and $500
Mm-hmm.
since August 23. So call it 3 years, give or take a couple of months. Okay. And
Yep.
we have just, well, broken out and closed back in on the range. So there's one of two things. This could be classed as a breakout, a retest, then we look to hold this kind of 575 sort of area, maybe to 560, then we catapult. Or it's a fake out and we're about to drop back to the lower end of the range. But for context, and I think with regards to fertilizer and going back to briefly mentioned earlier, this could be about to do a mad move. And it could take a while. This thing could take, well, another month or two before we actually move. But when these move, they move very viciously. So I just want to give that as a bit of context to people. So where do you think in a week? And bear in mind these don't move nowhere near as fast as anything else, unless there's some sort of geopolitical shock headline on the tape.
Yeah, no, because you say that, but I guess that's just on here. But on Hyperliquid, we did spike up to 650.
I mean, I think we could for the next week or two for wheat literally just range between like 560 to 620. So I'm going to give a target of the upper end of the range. I'm going to say 616.
The issue we've got with this wheat trade is, if you look on Hyperliquid, is that because the liquidity is so thin, there are spikes either way. So, for example, we might not be able to trade this. So on the 9th of April, it spiked up to 630, but it also spiked down to 540. And
9th
that's
of
not,
April.
yeah, but yeah, don't look on there. I'm talking on Hyperliquid.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what happened on that day on here. I mean, something happened because it did spike as
Look,
high as,
look,
call it 595 to as low as 570, 75.
yeah, but here it's gone up to 630.
Well, it might be because it's a new asset as well. You've got to bear
That's
in
what I
mind it's
mean.
only been on there a couple of days.
Yeah, so I think that the order book is so thin that you've got spikes going either way.
So
But
we'll have to
that,
give ourselves wide margins if we choose it.
yeah,
I mean, because we haven't got to choose it. We've got other players. So
but I want to though. This one, I want to play this one because I feel like the whole fertilizer thing is going to become a narrative because we've had high oil for too long.
yeah. So
We've
where
had
do you think
close
we'll
to
be going for
$100
next
oil.
week? Do you reckon we're going to range sort of thing like I'm reckoning?
I think we could jump out of it. Can I say 630? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big move, isn't it? For
You can say it though. I mean, you're going to get some
yeah,
extra points if you nail it.
yeah. Come on then. Let's be bold. Mama never raised no pussy.
Right. Okay. Over to you, sir.
What's your one?
I said 616, was it? Yeah, 616.
Okay. All right. So, I'll show you the spikes now. You get to see
I'll look
them.
it up on my one quick.
Yeah, look. I'll show you. Do you see?
Yeah.
That's like that day, that night was a horrible day. Like you must have got liquidated or TP'd.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
We
know
just have to
how.
give ourselves a wide stop.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, our positions
So
from.
first of all, let's have an update on the vault, actually.
Well, first of all, let's go on.
Yes. Right. So everyone that wasn't here last week, we did our vault last. We set up our vault, and well.
So we've had some updates to the website for
Oh,
those of
okay.
you. So we've now got the new YouTube channel. Please go and like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Lovely stuff.
We've also now got a little part which shows our social medias.
Oh, clips.
So I've
Nice.
got Instagram here, our
Tiki
TikTok
toki.
here, and our YouTube here. But the most important part is our little Hyperliquid Vault section.
Love it.
So it shows our total account value, how much space is left, so we can have another $1,800 being invested
And I
into the
assume
vault.
that so as we trade and grow our funds, that will only get bigger, right?
Yes, exactly. As we grow our funds, that will get bigger.
So
Here,
we've only got 1,800 left available for you guys to deposit today. Be
yes.
sure to get there now.
Our open positions shows our open positions, our 30-day performance, our total profit and loss. We can go to the vault page, which basically shows the same stuff, but also shows what position we're in. So
Lovely
at the
stuff.
moment we're in a BTC
This is
long.
beautiful, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Bloody
yeah.
well done.
I done this in a warm afternoon. I think it took me about 20 minutes with
20 minutes. That's crazy.
Codex. Yeah, it was quite easy. All right, so that bees that. So we can go to Hyperliquid. Oh no, okay. I opened it in another window, which is what it's supposed to do. So I'll come back in. Right, so this is our
So,
position that's open. We
so
had a
that's,
we had
yeah.
a vote during the week. I wanted to close the positions. You wanted to leave them open. We moved the stop loss up to
So
69.
then we close a bit of it and then move the stop loss up.
No, I didn't close any of it. I just moved the stop loss up.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the vote was to take 30% and move stops up to entry.
Okay. Okay. That's
But
what I should
anywho,
have done. But anyhow, yeah. I messed that up. But we were at 16% at the time. So
nice.
what we done instead was we had this close up to 27.2%.
Take profit. Lovely.
Yeah. A nice big TP. And our current position is at 17.7%.
Okay. So first things first, what do you want to do with our current position?
I wanna cash this one in. I wanna close this
You want
one.
to cash it out?
Yeah,
Okay.
because um, I wouldn't mind doing another limit long, but
Yeah.
from where we are now, I'm quite happy to
Do you not
take.
think it's maybe worth closing like 80% of it, leaving a little bit open and just leaving the stop at break even, just in case we continue to run?
Just in case we continue to run. Yeah, okay.
Because that way you're cashing most of it in, aren't you? So you haven't got a lot left on the table. And we
No,
could, what was our old stops? Let me have a look quickly.
I'll stop 69.
Oh, it's 69k.
Yeah,
And what was our entry?
68.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to leave it there. Stop at 69. It's in the money, isn't it? We take 80% off now, leave the rest open.
So let me connect.
Love it. What a great start. And touch wood, may it continue.
Yeah, I think we know what we're doing now.
Don't say that. Don't
Touch
say
wood.
that.
Touch wood.
Famous last words. Next week, bloodbath. Wiped
Yeah.
out.
Well, this week's going to be a bit more difficult because we've got a lot more funds. Each trade will be $200 this week because we're now up to $1,000 in our.
So did we get any more vault deposits, by the way?
We got one.
Oh, yeah.
We got one,
Was that you, sir?
which we can see. I cannot confirm nor deny who the person is. They're entitled to their privacy. But if you go here, you can see the depositors. So I think this
That's
one
me.
and this one is me. And then there's this one, which is at $400.
No, wait a sec. The lender is, that's us.
The
That's
leader
the
is, yeah, that's
waffle.
me.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
my,
Sorry.
and then, yeah, there's another one. So it shows how much each person's made as well,
Yeah.
which is
Well, that top one is what we've made as a pair. Remember? Because I deposited for you effectively.
okay. Did I send you that money?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. You said you'd let me know, but you didn't.
Or did I? Sorry. Yeah, I did get it. Apologies.
All right, no problem. Right. So we're going to close at market. Do that. How do I close a bit at market?
So if you just click on market next to close all,
I think that closes the
no,
whole
just
trade.
click market
Okay.
and then you can use the
Ah,
slidey bar, just move that to 80% and it will close 80% of the trade now. Boom, boom.
bosh.
So that's another what, 17, 18% locked in.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
So we'll take that. So that's another $17 in the old prize pool.
Lovely.
All
Right,
right,
so
good.
what do we agree on? We both agree on hype.
Yeah.
The only thing that scares me with hype here is that we're entering on a high, a local high.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sort of thinking maybe a drop back to like 41, limit long, maybe 42. Or do you think that's too steep a drop?
No, I was thinking that's too shallow a drop.
Oh, you reckon we have a bit of a deeper drop and then go
Mm.
higher?
Yeah.
What, 40 again?
Yeah.
Or do you
Should,
think we push through?
should we do 40.5?
Do you know what? I've got an idea. Why
Go
don't
on.
we put 25% of the trade on now at market level and we set another limit order for lower. So if it was to drop lower, we get hit. But if it rallies, we're in.
Okay.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
set a $50 order at market value now
Yeah.
to go in. And then we set what did we say for limit? 40 again, was it?
Yeah.
So we set a limit long at say 40 with stops at like 38.50 or something, 39.
So $50 in right now. Stop loss.
Yeah, you want to do market as well, by the way. Let me
Stop
have a
loss.
look at the hyperliquid chart. So if we're doing a limit order, do you know what? I think we do a limit order at 40. like 48, you know, and then we have stops at like 39.5.
39 and a half a stop.
Yeah.
That's going to be tight for the ones that we get in at 45,
Yeah,
40.5.
I know. No, 40.8 I want to be in at, or around,
40.8
yeah,
and out at 39.5.
yeah. Because I think if it's going to add to support, it needs to act pretty fast. There should be no room for wishy-washy action. I think if we drop, it gets bought quick.
Okay. All right. So what's our stop loss? 39.5. Take profit, let it run.
Well, should we have our targets?
Mine's 50, yours
You're at
47,
50, I'm 47's called it 48, 49, 48, 50.
48.5.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. We're in. That's the first part.
Okay, then we want to do a limit long.
One point today, we've been as low as 40.7. All right, limit long. We'll be getting in at 40.
40.8. Same stop loss. So
That is,
90,
that is
99,
quite,
39.5.
it's quite a pullback. 39.5. Okay.
I mean, you can do a bit higher up if you want.
Yeah, should we do it 40? Should we do it 41.8? Is that too much higher up?
Now, maybe like 41.2.
41.2. This one's going to be 150, 450. Limit, right. Take profit, 48.5 again. Oh, if we get this one, I'm gonna be so excited.
Is your screen sharing?
Yeah,
I can't see you typed stop loss in.
yeah. It's down there, 39.5.
Well, I don't know why I can't see it in my end. Anywho,
All right, so I'm gonna place this order.
go for it, mate.
Gosh. Okay, so we've got a
It's
limit.
because I paused your screen. I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah, I don't know why you done that. Am I still moving?
Yeah, I see you.
All right, next up.
Um, what else have we got? Oh, we want to do wheat, don't we?
Yeah.
So let's do wheat.
Or should we do? Or should we do towel?
We've got tau, platinum, or wheat, and we both agree on platinum. So I think we should do a platinum. So I think we've got to choose between. Well, how many more do we need to put on?
2. I want to do. Should we do towel and platinum?
Okay.
Or do you
Yeah,
want to do a
yeah.
small? Do you want to do a small towel, small wheat, normal size platinum?
Okay, so half size tau, half
Yeah,
size wheat. Okay,
yeah,
let's do that.
yeah.
Why not?
All right, all
Fuck
right.
it.
Let's go. Right, towel. Oh yeah. Right. Okay. So, market ISO gang.
Yeah,
3x.
$100 margin, right?
Yeah.
Actually, if we're doing these, can we do 2x instead of 3?
Why?
Because we're having loads of trades on. And I want to protect our stuff.
Oh, you softy. All right, 2x.
Right, we're doing a long, yeah?
Yeah, I think I have to put
Right.
my. What did it say? Oh no, we're doing them $100.
So tau long. I think we've got to have stops at what we at now, 255. 242,
Okay.
fresh lows.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. 10%. TP. Free,
TP, what did we say our targets were?
300.
So should we do, say, 290?
No, we'll leave it at 300 because we're only on 2x.
Okay. So leave it wide.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of wide because I think we blast past 300.
Yeah, let's see. I think it might need another week to digest, but you never
Well,
know.
well, we are in, sir.
Okay.
Next,
Wheat. What heat?
this one I'm going to put on myself after as well. Really feeling this one. So, gang,
Yeah,
two
this
X
is
you
this
said,
is
yeah.
this is hard, isn't it? Yeah. So we
I think
need
this
to
one's
leave like
horizontal.
wide margins. Okay,
Oh,
I
hold
think
on.
we have a
No, because
market
these
long.
these spikes were only in the first few days. See, since
Yeah.
those first few days, we're not seeing the spikes anymore.
Let me just have a look at the other ones quick. So what they did in their first few days. Yeah, they didn't have any of that. Don't know why that is then. But anywho, Vita Mundo. Okay, I think we have a market long, so we go in at current price. I think we have stops. I don't know what 570. Was that too wide?
I think we need to buy USDH.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're gonna need to buy USDH.
Okay.
Well, we'll do $100 of USDH. USDC, USDH. Market buy.
100.
Do you know what? Let me do 101.
I think do the other way around. You've got USDH to USDC. You want to sell USDC for USDH.
Is it not
No, no, sorry. In the top left where you've got USDH, you need to change that to the other way round.
in the top left? Here.
Yeah, so click that, then
Yeah.
search USDH.
No, it's the same.
I don't
Just the
know
one
then.
market. It's just whether I buy or sell. So I want to buy.
That's because we've got it all in perps in it.
Oh, that's why.
You'd have to try. Oh, you can't transfer it out. Bastard.
Why can't we?
Can you not do USDH trades?
No, we can't do USDH trades.
Right, we'll have to wait.
Oh,
Okay.
that screwed us though, because that would mean what we're gonna do for platinum.
Well, no, Platinum's fine. Platinum's USDC.
It
There's not
is.
many that are USDH, you know.
No, there's not. There's not. Okay, fair. All right. So what? We just knock that
Just do
wheat on the head.
normal size platinum. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll knock wheat on the head, normal size platinum, and then we're done. Because we left Bitcoin open as well. I think that's enough, isn't it?
Why did you try to trick me? I just clicked 3x confirm. Vault may not perform this action. What?
What are you trying to do, Jeff?
Trying to change this down to 3x.
What about a refresh?
Vault may not
Why is it
perform.
doing that?
I don't know.
How bizarre.
How bizarre? How bizarre. What if I do cross?
What about if I try it? Let me try it over my end. It's letting me do it. What about if you change from the crypto waffle quickly in the top right to the normal one? That's already on there. Right, it lets you do it on there. What the hell? Well, that's screwed us, isn't it?
Weird. I don't
What
know
about if
why.
you have a higher leverage? You can do it to 10.
No, it's not even letting me change from isolated to cross. It's just saying Vault can't perform this action. It's not letting me do any actions. Wonder if I can. Wonder if There's not a limit on how many positions I can have, is there?
I don't think so.
We've got a
What have we
lot
got
now.
available? 900.
We've got loads left.
And we got stop losses, right?
Yep, we've got stop losses in place.
And they're all isolated.
Open orders, everything's ISO gang.
So it doesn't say why you can't do it, does it?
No.
Or maybe that's the universe telling us to leave it at that. It's very weird, isn't it? I'm not sure why that is.
I wonder if it's just that market.
Yeah, why don't you try like Palladium instead?
Oh, do you know what? I think I've got an idea why it might not be letting us. So let's
Why is
do
that?
Palladium. Because of the the contract that it was with.
What
Right,
do you
so
mean
who
the contract?
right, so this is XYZ.
Yeah.
So it seems like I can't use those.
So if you click TradFi, they're in the middle.
So if I do this, let's see if I can do this S&P one. Let's see if I can do this S&P one. No. So I think I can't use XYZs. You see
Right,
that
so
XYZ there?
yeah, yeah. So if you click TradFi, are they all XYZ?
Yeah. So does that mean I couldn't do
Wheat's not.
oil? Let's see. Well, wheat was the one that started giving us the problems, all right?
So why is it doing that then?
Yeah, well, it's seemingly I can't do when it's XYZ, I can't move it around. Um,
Well, didn't we come up with this last week? Didn't we say this last week?
no, I've never had this problem
We
before.
won't be able to trade them in the vault. I think we did, you know.
Did we? Because it seems like the vault can only do crypto stuff.
Let me ask Grok.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that the vault can only do actual hyperliquid things.
Saying you can.
Yeah, now we perform this action.
Okay, we'll have to leave it at that then for this week.
So I think that means that we can't do any of the TradFi stuff, which is going to be a.
Do you reckon that would change though?
I think it must do over time. Yeah, they'll have to let it change over time. Yeah, because look, anything that's XYZ, we can't do. Looks like we can only do perps.
So weird, isn't it?
Oh, that's such a shame.
Yeah, that's annoying, that is.
Shall we oomph up our towel? Because that was only a half-sized entry.
Yeah, it can do.
Because otherwise, at the moment, we've only
To
got.
be fair though, I think I'd rather fuck. Mm, I don't know. I'm
We've only got a
unsure.
yeah. All right. Well, we won't then, because we should only do stuff when we're sure. But at the moment, it looks like we've only got. Yeah, we've only got small positions on. We've got $100 on a 2x, and we've got. Oh, hold on, that's wrong. Hype. It's on a
What?
6x.
6x, Jeff. Bloody hell.
That's not what we want. Right, shall I close this hype and do it properly?
Take the money. Take the 8 cents.
Easy money. All right, so let's see those open orders.
Can't even go down the shop and buy anything with that.
I just want to make sure these open orders are on at 6x. No, 3x. Okay, good. Right. Okay, so should we put the hype back on?
Yeah.
Market.
So we might need to get some money back into the master one just to trade the TradFi stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you what, I think I've got some money from our poly markets we could put back in there to do that. It's only about $60, I reckon, but it works.
So
Guys, this is nearly a 2-hour session.
sorry. All right, let's just put this on and we'll do the TradFi next week.
Yeah.
Right. So isolated 3x market 50. Take profit, stop loss was 39, weren't it?
Yeah, 39.5.
39.5, and take profit was 48.5.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh shit, 85. Place order. No. What's going on here? I selected 3x size. Oh, that's wrong. That should be 150.
Lovely.
This is not right.
What's going on? Something's happening.
Yeah, something's wrong because I'm 3x, dun, 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 but it's telling me the margin is only $50. It's only 3x.
Oh, no, it's because we got the rest of it on limit, haven't we? That is right. We only want a margin of 50 because we've got a limit that's 150 margin. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why it feels wrong.
That's why it feels wrong. That's why it feels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, new positions. We've got a tail long, hype long with a limit long and a BTC long on with 80% of it closed from last week.
Yep. You want to take a screenshot or shall I?
That's right. I can just view the vault now, can't I?
Yeah.
I can just view the vault.
No more screenshots. Bunch of losers. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah. That wraps it up, guys. Thank you for staying. There's a lot of waffling there at the end, but it happens. That's why we're called Crypto Waffle. So until next week, thank you very much. Adios.